Well, the Canti degli Italiano roared out by nearly 13,000 fans here in the Inalpi. It's a terrific build-up to this final. And two wonderful teams out on the floor. No surprises for either starting lineup. Confirm that again for you when the game gets underway. Can Scandici deny Conegliano another title for this season, having snatched that world title away? Away we go then with the Coppa Italia Frecciarossa final. Scandici in the white, serving out. First ball, not really setting the tone against their opponents in orange. Prosecco do Carcararo in Mocco Conegliano. Start with Joanna Volosh in the setting position. Bella Hawk is going to play opposite, and then out on the wings, Brazil and China with Gabi and Juting. Monica Di Gennaro at libero. And the two middles, Kirikella and Farr. And it's a fine start from the Panthers, as they are known. On the other side of the net then in white, Savino Del Bene Scandici start with the veteran setter, 42-year-old Maja Ognjenovic as playmaker in the opposite slot. One of the biggest scorers in world volleyball right now in Katerina Antropova. And then out on the left side, Avery Skinner of the USA starts with Caterina Bozzetti down the middle. Italian Linda Nuaktalor in front court at the moment, and Germany's Camilla Weitzel. And she and Antropova will be looking to deliver the big serves in today's match. Well, slightly sluggish out of the blocks for this Scandici team. Conegliano, though, taking no prisoners early. 3 points on the board already. Dipping serve from Kirikella. This time the connection from Ognjenovic to Nuaktalor works, but it's defended. Oh, can't put it away. Bozzetti waiting deep to defend, and it's a big shot from Antropova. Big and out, unfortunately. No touch on the block. Not sure there's going to be a challenge forthcoming here. Looks like that is another point then to Conegliano. No doubt about it, the number 17 holds the key. Marco Gaspari has had to go early to the timeout.
Teniamola morbida, aggressivi sul suo primo tempo, se non riesci non lavoriamo facile di là, leviamo dall'attacco Occa, andiamo di là. Tranquillo, una palla, dai.
Not quite where Marco Gaspari would want to be at the moment. In this Coppa Italia Frecciarossa final, an early timeout after just 4 points, but he just needs to stabilise the team a little, just settle them into their rhythm, because Conegliano are refusing to give anything at the moment. Little blocker, Cristina Kirikella then to serve again. Beat her former club Novara convincingly yesterday in straight sets. And at last a point on the board. Avery Skinner posts her first score of the day. Her favoured shot heading into that angle, which Chieri controlled pretty well yesterday. Good blocking, Antropova. Over 50 points on the block so far this season. And that's another one there. Good early stop on the Brazilian Gabi. And the Brazilian captain is monster blocked. Skinner to serve again. Scandici set about repairing the damage, and I think that one is off the block and out this time from Gabi. She and Antropova having a good head-to-head early in this match. The big contest will be Bella Hawk versus Antropova in terms of scoring volume today. You see Ognjenovic is trying to operate quite a bit down the middle at the moment. Successfully. However, from Volosh and Conegliano's point of view, it's middle for points right now. Sarah Farr scores again. Her second of the game. One-hander as well. Free net. Good pass from Castillo. Oh, it's clever from Bozzetti. You will see plenty of those kinds of intelligent shots from Caterina Bozzetti today. She'll try and get the job done. However, she has to do it. A lob over the head of Volosh down the line with the tip. Lively start to the game. But a few minutes to go before we get a feel really for the shape of this match and the rhythm of both teams. Hawk having to search a bit for her first point. Tried a few different angles. The block coping with her really well, and she's gone right back to her favourite shot, deep into that corner at one. On we go again. Bozzetti, good pass, and Tropova nails virtually the identical shot to the one we've just seen from Bella Hawk. Great swing from the youngster. The serve, so important for Scandicci, and Tropova just wails the first one out of bounds. She struggled from the service line yesterday against Chieri. She's adapted the serve a little this season. She's on 40 aces now, and she needs to come to the party with that today. There's a lot of pressure on the Scandicci right side. Can she deliver? Nice pass again, this time from Skinner. A little bit low on the set, and Tropova forced to tip. Hawk doesn't beat the defenders, but the blockers touch the net and deny Scandicci the continuation play. Bozzetti just nudged into the net by Weitzel. We're going to have a look at this. It's a video challenge, our first video challenge of the final. Coaches have a couple that they can go to. Sometimes used as a legitimate challenge to the referee's call, but sometimes in the modern game used just to take a bit of pace out of the match. And rather than burn a timeout, just have a look at the video. Stefano Cesari. It's the referee that's having a look at the footage. And all the players paying a lot of attention here to the big screen. Now, is the touch outside the antenna? It is. And get away with it. Volosh wanting clarification, and Giuseppe Curto, our referee, says let's replay the point. Thumbs held up means a let. We go again. Very good challenge by Marco Gaspari. Weitzel wrists the ball away. She's very inventive with her middle shots. If that ball's just behind her shoulder, you'll notice that she just tries to hit it deep and into some nice angles. Gets away with that one just. Oh, wow. It was quick, it was high, it was just a little too high for Ju Ting. He puts it out of bounds. Ju Ting will potentially be a service target, especially when she's front court. You'll see Scandicci try to go after her. Seems to have worked on this occasion. And Tropova a little late to the ball. Again, Ogienovic's set location, maybe just too low for the Italian right side. And it's a good finish from Kirikella and Ju Ting. So many variables at play in this match, and because of the organic nature of volleyball, it can change very quickly. Hawk's first serve just slips over the net. Good defense. defence from Di Gennaro. That's a fine effort from Ju Ting. Oh, it's a net touch from Volosh. Ju Ting trying to put it right in the window for her setter to have a swing, but just overdid it there, Volosh. A little bit scrappy, and I think that's understandable in such a big match. Both teams looking to settle here. Another fine swing out of the back court, but the defensive positioning of both teams at the moment is dealing with a lot of these attacks. Ju Ting forced to tip, and Tropova hits the floor. Fabulous work from her. Skinner, power tip, dug by Hawk. Ju Ting goes again, and the block this time gets it done. Maja Ognjenovic with the monster block on Ju Ting. 183 blocks 198. The 42-year-old scores big. 1 point in it. Weitzel serves again. She's got a lot of aces this season. Once more picking on Ju Ting. First slider from Christina Kirikella is successful. That is her favoured middle attack. She will play the ball in front of the setter quite a bit these days, but does love that slide around for the back set. And finish is good. Ju Ting, 2 aces for the season. She serves next. And I think Conegliano have been a little rattled by this comeback. The replacement for Ju Ting, Dalderot, that normally comes in a little later in the set, has come in early here. Now, if she passes well across the back line, I wouldn't be surprised if Dalderot stays out there. We will see. Santarelli might just be giving his Chinese superstar a bit of a breather. Gabby forced to tip, well covered by Skinner, and Tropova way out of system, does what she's on court to do. Just like Bella Hawk, when it's not perfect, you need your big right side to bring the hammer. Set from Noikolo. Lovely finish from Anne Tropova. Tight again. Good arrival from Kirikella, but this Scandicci defence is making some super touches right now. And Antropova is providing all of the finishing touches. Scandicci 11-10. First set momentum swings back in favour of the team in white. A tremendous hit when it was all very tough to make. Ivanovic tracking across to Dalderot. They're leaving Gabby alone and Di Gennaro at the moment. Forced into slightly more inventive action. Power volley off the block and down. Okay, we're getting a feel for the game now. Ognjenovic is trying to accelerate that ball out to Skinner where she can. She's giving Bozzetti a bit more of a peek so she can have a look at the block. But Skinner's all about speed and power. Lovely finish from the American. Oh, huge. And Skinner has dug Hawk. That is some pickup. Well, they're being forced to go again and again here, the Panthers. They are a patient team. It is part of their game plan and their psyche that they're prepared to play the ball 3 or 4 times to win the point. But Scandicci are really asking some questions here. Gabby does it again with finesse. Poland's captain. Conegliano's captain Volosh with the serve, but it's another tremendous hit from Skinner. 21 points yesterday and counting, one of 3 Americans in this Scandicci team. Lindsay Ora-Ruddins and Sarah Franklin on the bench at the moment. And then on the other side of the net, backup setter Jenna Ewart from the USA. Might see her get a bit of double substitution court time. And Manuela Rebecchi, who served the ace to win yesterday's game against Chieri, being prepared to come on for a bit of serving and defensive work, I think. Ace from Noikolo. First time Gabby's been served down that line. Didn't have a lot of fizz on it. A wayward pass from Gabby forces a timeout now from Daniele Santarelli.
I need this. Oh, please, girls, stop to look the ball, please. And this ball is point, and this ball is point, and this ball we don't try, and then there is cover and we are not ready. Oh, until now we lost 5 easy ball, 5 easy ball. The difference is the defense. If we don't defense, is a problem. The defense. They fight. Don't look the ball. You take the ball, okay?
They keep it simple, the coaches at this level. You're expecting something a little bit more complex, but generally speaking, the coaches keep it simple. Really a lot to add to that. Santarelli explained everything. CONEGLIANO have this focus on organisation, whether that be in defence or block, and patience in a rally. And at the moment, not quite executing on several levels. Raccolo to serve again. Into court, deep on Gabby. Gabby brings Volosh away from the net. Hawk is forced to tip. Good pick-up from Antropova. Oh, they're making this work, Scandici. Fortunately, CONEGLIANO have Di Gennaro in their ranks. And she brings out the big defence for the CONEGLIANO team to go again and again. Bella Hawk's second point of the match. Antropova leading the score at the moment. The scoring table on 4, Gabby on 3, Skinner on 3. I'll keep you updated as the game goes on. But Antropova's got to turn big numbers in today, as has Skinner. 20 plus, I suspect, if they're going to get this job done today. Well, after a slightly shaky start, Scandici looked to me to be in good rhythm here. Back to the Antropova serve, so important to this Scandici team. And she aces it. Second visit to the line, and she's only gone and aced Monica Di Gennaro. Not a lot of players can say they've ever done that. 5 points for Antropova, this slightly adapted service. So it's a heavy ball strike still, but she takes a bit off, tries to make sure of it. And most of the season, it's been working like a dream. Here, though, at the Coppa Italia Frecciarossa weekend finals, it hasn't quite ticked. 2-point lead still, and that will be cancelled to just a 1-point lead. Bozzetti is stopped. Hawk will be desperate to get into this game. And nice work, good close from Kirikella. Far, sends it deep, fine pass from Skinner. Middle player is missed by Ogienovic. Still somehow it's got over the net. And they're still in the rally here, Scandici. Out of system again, Antropova hits a good ball. Not the best from CONEGLIANO, but it worked. And from Gabby, Hawk and Ju Ting, last 4 scoring points have all been tips. Scandici will need to think about that as this set progresses. 16 all, chance to level the score. No, missed. And there we go. Santarelli's pretty standard response to anything he doesn't like out there on court. Arms stretched wide. And the question why? Why did that hit the floor? Bozzetti. Serves for Gabby to deal with, and she overpasses to Weitzel, who smacks it on the floor for her 3rd point of the game. Nice nice from Juting. Very nice from Volosh to create the space. Juting's form definitely improved over the last month or so. And they'll need her to be good today with Gabby out on that left side, just to keep the scoreboard turning, especially if Hawk can't find her rhythm. Skinner has started the game really well. 5 points with Antropova now. Top of the tree, Scandici 19-17, looking to make a solid start. Oh dear, it's very ragged from the Panthers. Well, that is some shot. That's just incredible from Bella Hawk. You can understand Marco Gaspari's furrowed brow, because there were a lot of positives in that rally from his team, but the finish was just tremendous. Juting with the serve. The Daldrop substitution has already been used, and Juting is back on court. Antropova has blown that out the back. No touch from Di Gennaro. Yet again, Scandici's handy lead has evaporated. Good set as well. CONEGLIANO recovered for a second time. Good read on the block from Kirikella. Gabby's still searching for those clean finishes. She's had a couple of goes cross court without success, and now goes back to the no-look line, and she's missed that one. A little tentative with the arm. And Scandici take it out to the 2-point lead again. For the third time, they've got a massive chance to do so. Castillo tidies up, Skinner tips, and down it goes. 21-19. Scandici relentless right now.
Giocano su Asha, non voglio che arrivi in ritardo, Asha. Non vuoi arrivare in ritardo. Bella, stai qui, ok? Perché tanto lavorano qui. Ho pallonetto qua. Non voglio muro in ritardo con attacco a 2. Girls, the problem is not the pass. The problem is the ball. We have to fight. I see the player, put the hand on the floor. Go on the floor and defend this ball. Bye.
Just a little bit tense, I think. CONEGLIANO, after an excellent start, then got caught really quickly by Scandici, who powered on past them. The Panthers have just tightened up a bit here, and you can hear that Santarelli wants them to release from those defensive positions. Don't touch the floor, hit the floor. It's a better defensive effort here, but first of all, they've got a side out. Pass is good. Finish is excellent from Kirikella, who has just been marvellous in the back half of the season. And she's had to be. Marina Lubian not available for the last few weeks, but she's back from injury for this weekend. Kirikella to serve. Far Volosh, Gabby in the front court, not the tallest block. And Antropova makes use of that. Just breezes past Gabby with that shot. Very good substitutes on both sides of the net on the bench. Can come into the action, and CONEGLIANO's coach Santarelli might need to use them. Skinner drops it short. One substitute is Sconomilio, the backup libero in the regular shirt, out there to try and help the pass and the defence. Well, it might be over the net, but they're not going to challenge mid-rally. They're going to play on, and it's cost them the point. Bozzetti's now arguing the case. I think Gaspari could have stopped the rally there. Didn't want to risk it. That's the play that might have been illegal. Gabby at last gets hands on Antropova. pass from Castillo, the Dominican Republic libero. It's a great ball in. Ognjenovic rather telegraphing the play. And blockers like Conegliano will read that all day long. Monster block from far on their international colleague Noikolo. Overpass, finished. Well, you can see what they were trying to do there, just stacking the block with Hawk out on Antropova. So tactically, Santarelli and his team trying to make things happen. Second time out for Scandicci.
Linda, vai convinta però, stai facendo le cose a metà come direzione, anticipa sto colpo, tanto lo sai dove ti murano, lo sanno tutti dove ti murano, ok? E transizione, facciamo attenzione ai tempi di salto, ricordatevi che vanno sempre in apertura, questo side out e andiamo a vincere il set, dai!
So it sometimes takes a few rotations for coaches and teams to maybe step away from a game plan, but on this rotation Conegliano are going to try and stack Hawk on this near side to cover the threat of Antropova. They're chucking Gabby out to the far side from our camera to cover Bozzetti. Just keep an eye on that block, see if they do this again, see if they can get Scandicci just a little out of system and force the set to Antropova. Short ball, dragged away from the net, sent high to Bozzetti. Oh, what a finish! What a time to deliver for Scandicci. It's a brilliant shot from Bozzetti. What a swing. Well, we're back to the whole idea of class is permanent, where Bozzetti is concerned. Serving substitute. Back up libero. Manuela Ribecchi comes on. She served an ace to finish the game yesterday against Chieri. It's a good ball there, pass just by Di Gennaro. Difficult swing for Hawk, and she's put it out. No touch on the block. Scandicci have a set point. It's all happening down there. They're going to go to the challenge purely because they don't have another timeout here. So Daniele Santarelli has 2 challenges left. And he's going to slow the game with this one. Get another chat to his players. It's not the end of the set by any means. They can attack to level at 24 all and then try and still extricate themselves from what is a rather tricky spot. It's not going to be a touch. As we suspected, challenge lost, point lost. It is still set point Scandicci. Can Ribecchi do it again? She does have a marvellous serve. Clips the net. Di Gennaro passes well out wide to Gabby, trusted to put it away, and boy, she's hit that well. Oh, that was a precious swing for Gabby. And the Brazilian captain gets it done. Good work from Ribecchi. Couldn't quite get it over the line though. Substitution reversed. Away we go again. 2 clear points required in overtime. Bozzetti right on the tape. Ognjenovic saves it, and Weitzel is available to hammer it into the floor. And it's more questions from Santarelli about why his block didn't respond. Why did Farr go with Ognjenovic? 25-24, second set point. Antropova at the line. Just how Scandicci would want it. But no. 3 serve errors out of 4 in the first set for Ekaterina Antropova. And her serve not working at the moment. Still 2 clear required. A late substitution from Santarelli. Merita Digwe wasn't quite ready there. They've just got away with it, have they? Referees are going to allow the substitution, but that was right on the borderline. Sarah Farr leaves the court. Merita Igwe comes in with her big jump serve from the bench. The backup opposite to Bella Hawk, the talented Italian teenager. Can she find a serve? No, is the answer. A lot of pressure on that one. Rebecca suggesting there to her teammates that she was able to do it from the bench. On a big way, not so. Once again, substitution reversed. Bozzetti is at the line for the third set point for Scandici. To cause a bit of early chaos in this Coppa Italia final. Good pass from Gabby. Ball out wide to Ju Ting, and I tell you what, Volosh has really stuck to her guns here. The temptation to go elsewhere must have been massive. She's trusted the left-siders to get it done, and Ju Ting goes straight over the top of Maja Ogienovic's block. 3 set points saved by the Panthers. What a start to this game. 26 all. Pass from Castillo, brilliant. Skinner hard off the hands, defended by Gabby. Ju Ting's got a swing, and she puts it away. Oh, that's one of those points that should never be won. But somehow, Conegliano have won it. The touch from Gabby, amazing. The set from Hawk, right on the money. And that is some hit from Ju Ting. A first set point arrives then for Conegliano. Hawk is the server, it's a good one. What a pass from Castillo. Oh, what a swing from Skinner. Oh, wow. That's just massive from the American. On we go. Weitzel serving, scores level again at 27 all. Ju Ting's hit it way out of bounds. Santarelli does have a challenge if he wants to slow it down again. Just gets it all wrong. Not going to take it. 28-27, fourth set point then for Savino Del Bene, Scandici and Gaspari just having a word with Skinner, feeling the ball might be going to Hawk here out of the back line. It does. And she makes the shot look easy. Well, Gaspari knew it was coming, but his blockers and defenders powerless to stop it, it would seem. Fabulous under pressure from Hawk. Conegliano, 4 set points saved. Scandici have saved 1. And we're level again. Over on 2 from Ogienovic, read well. Gabby has to volley home, and with the vision to do so. Castillo rooted to the spot, just didn't get away and challenge. Good read from Hawk. Great finish from the Brazilian Gabby. Set point number 2 to the Panthers. Ju Ting at the line. Oh, it's just delightful volleyball. Ogienovic drawing the block, convincing them she was going to Noir-Calor, and then firing it out wide to Skinner. We're going into the 30s in set 1. Hawk tips. Castillo this time releases from her defensive position, but can't keep it off the floor. I don't think it was ever in doubt that this game was going to give us drama and excitement. And it's doing exactly that in set 1. Third set point to Conegliano, and they've got a chance to swing here. Hawk doesn't get on it. And Tropova, not a great ball. Skinner, tight, and it's too tight. Oh, what a dig from Ogienovic. And Tropova blocked by Far and Gabby. And a monumental first set comes to a close. Conegliano have the lead by 1-0 over Scandici. tense affair. They tried everything, Scandicci, but when it mattered, just couldn't get the ball control they needed. Farr and Gabi. Monster block, and Tropova for the win. Well, a truly breathless opening set of this Coppa Italia Frecciarossa, the 48th edition of this fabulous competition. Started way back in 1979, and Conegliano, the most successful team ever with their 7 titles, 6 on the bounce. Can they go to 7 and an 8th title overall today? They've certainly started well enough, but not without some concerns. Scandicci playing a fabulous opening set. Well, looking to the bench, Franklin, Lindsay-Ora-Ruddins can both feature in this match potentially. Graziani, possible call to come in for the middle, and Marta Beckis, very experienced setter. Those are the Scandicci options as we take a look at the stunning first set statistics. 5 blocks from Conegliano, no aces. Scandicci counter with 2 blocks, 2 aces on special teams, and errors kept to a minimum. Really brilliant set of volleyball to watch. On the other side of the net, Conegliano already using their substitution option with Daldrop playing across the back line for Juting, but Fatoumata Sylla represents a very powerful left side option. Not sure if Lubian will get into the game today, but we will see. Overall though, Panthers just get the better of Scandicci in set 1. Two of the best teams on the planet right now going head-to-head. 2 of the best left-siders. Avery Skinner with 8 points. The Brazilian captain, Gabi Guimarães, with 7. Skinner's efficiency rate, though, at 62%. Just brilliant. But that element to her game, the lack of blocks, just catching up in the end with Scandicci. Although Skinner, has to be said, kept that scoreboard turning well. You want a game of volleyball? We've got one for you here on VBTV. The Coppa Italia Frecciarossa final has got off to a flying start, quite literally. In the orange, Prosecco Doca, Carraro, Imocco, Conegliano. The Panthers taking set number 1, an extended overtime set. Their opponents in the white, Sabino Del Bene, Scandicci, putting on a fabulous show and had 4 opportunities to win that opening set, just couldn't get it over the line. Interesting reaction from Juting after getting blocked there. I think a couple of her teammates may have made a comment and she reacted. Unusual for her. The control is there, the patience is there. And Hawk at last gets a proper swing on the ball. Well, we looked at the Gabi versus Avery Skinner head-to-head. Those are the 2 top scorers in the match right now. Bella Hawk has just joined Gabi on 7. Tropova on 6, a little quiet and without any service pressure from her at the moment. Just the 1 ace, but that's the only serve she's put in play. Good line-up on Antropova. Just having a bit of a struggle at the moment with Conegliano's block. More measured swing from Juting, defended well by Ognjenovic. And a good finish at Tropova. with a crazy angle. Ends up on the floor, but gets the job done. Now, a factor that I talked about at the top of the broadcast is a factor we have to consider. The fatigue after a 5-setter yesterday for Scandicci may come to play. They were pretty lively in set one after a sluggish start, and they're still looking very good out on the floor, but that's 6 very hard sets they've had to play. And thank goodness for the beach volleyball qualities of Caterina Bozzetti. Just a roll shot down the line to stop the pain of this extended rally. Good pick up from Skinner in the middle of that. A clever shot over the top of Volosh's head again. Right, can Antropova find more serves? Deliberately trying to take pace off again, but she's not getting her contact point right at all here. This massive arena in the Anarpi in Torino. It's an amazing sight from the cameras down there on the floor. Banks of fans stretching right to the ceiling of this amazing arena. 12,853, the new attendance record. Bozzetti's having fun down the line. Might take a player like Caterina Bozzetti just to settle things down again for Scandicci. She's doing just that. 3 points in a row from her. Ace serve makes it the third for a 3-point lead. That's a very nice ball. Great work from our director to bring us that one. Trouble again for Conegliano. This could be a 4-point deficit. Wonderful defence from Bozzetti now. Just overcooking it, Castillo to Skinner. Now, have they still won the point on the error? They have. It's been lashed out of bounds. And the Panthers have had an absolute shocker at the start of set number 2. It's an early timeout from Daniele Santarelli.
We can put the ball there, we know very well. Every player can take your responsibility, we can communicate, we can play the center of the net. Joe, when you attack strong and don't close the shot. Don't forget what we study, Okay, the attack in this way. You attack over, Vai, via.
Does it in a very subtle way, Monica Di Gennaro, but the player in the yellow shirt, the libero for Conegliano, voted the best player in the world last season, will be going about her business now, trying to just get the Panthers together again, working as a unit again. This is most disorganised. It's a heavy finish from Ju Ting. That's the kind of hitting we've seen from her in the last month or so. Hasn't been here for the whole season with Conegliano. Went back for the China Games for the best part of 2 months at the start of the season. But she's made her way back onto the court now. Castillo is passing really well for Scandicci. Surprised Conegliano are still serving her. Skinner makes a bizarre set. Not good enough for Antropova to hit. And Gabby nails that one. It won't take long for Gabby to find what she needs to do in a match, and she's a past master at doing that. Can Scandicci counter when she changes her attack patterns? It's that incredible set from Skinner. There's the finish. Could have been a nasty bounce off the floor for Bozzetti there. Tap shot from Weitzel, not enough power on that. Gabby is now swinging ferociously with that massive roundhouse arm swing of hers. And it's Marco Gaspari's turn to look exasperated. Hawk digs it, Di Gennaro super set and a lovely spinner down the line. Good run this from Juting. Puts another ball in court. Another fine pass from Castillo. Something the Panthers are going to have to look at. Castillo passing really well. That's out from Skinner. Well, very similar to set number one, where Conegliano got off to a fine start. That was countered quickly by Scandicci. We've got the reverse in set two. 6-all, no timeout from Marco Gaspari just yet. First shank pass from Castillo in a while. Good dig from Di Gennaro once again. Conegliano on the front foot, and Scandicci at the moment don't seem able to stop this wave of spikes. Gaspari has no option but to call the timeout.
Se prendiamo un vantaggio non abbiamo diritto di abbassare il livello di gioco con la battuta comoda e la situazione di muro ideale. Non abbiamo diritto, con loro non si può. Prendiamo un break per meriti, non abbiamo il diritto di calare di livello. Quindi non riusciamo a scaricare il colpo, giochiamo con intelligenza, leviamo un attaccante. Su, palla alta e corta, su, palla alta e corta, intrarotazione. Oh!
I'm going to very, very loosely translate that for you. You've just done it to them. Don't let them do it to you. Lost their shape here, Scandicci. Chasing shadows at the moment. And the last thing you want is this Conegliano team to return to a level of confidence in a match. Their self-belief is so high. You don't want to combine that with the confidence that they will win. Juting then to serve after the timeout. Conegliano have turned it around. Now Tropova out of the backcourt, may get the ball here. No, Ognjenovic still fires it wide to Skinner. Skinner gets another ball, bumped by Castillo. Good angle from the American on that one. No player in double figures yet, but Skinner and Gabby on 9 apiece. Low ball to Juting. Produces the poor pass. I think Walker's clipped this wide. She has. I know she's on 8 points, but by Hawk standards, she hasn't really found a way into the match just yet. Serving is excellent at the moment from Scandicci in this match. Good defence from Juting. Volosh gets the ball high to Hawk, who has to adjust her approach. Oh, super defence out of the net from Ognjenovic. Gabby, big swing. Somehow Kirikella keeps it off the floor, and Gabby rolls it down the line, Bozzetti style, for a very calm winning point. Terrific defensive play, both sides of the net, and then that was just classy. Gabby moves to 10 points in the match. Not a huge amount of substitution work from the bench just yet from either coach, but expect to see that tactical option start to feature as the game goes a bit deeper, particularly for Scandicci if there are some tired legs out there on the floor. Ognjenovic hits Juting deep. She puts a good ball up. Hawk does enough with it. Bozzetti will be upset with herself there. She was positioned well enough to play that. Just got a little handcuffed. Tropova hasn't had a swing for a little while, so good for Ognjenovic to get her back into the match. Interestingly, Ognjenovic is far less keen to use the middle than she was against Chieri yesterday. On the other side of the net as well, the middles are not getting a lot of work, and that's because Volosh and Ognjenovic, the two setters, are trying to establish some rhythm for their wing spikers. Don't want anybody frozen out of the game just yet. Bella Hawk joins Gabby on 10 points at the top of the scoring table. Avery Skinner gets in on the double points action as well. 3 players on 10 then, Gabby, Hawke and Skinner. Fine shot. Serve on Di Gennaro. They are attacking those areas of court well, and defensively Scandicci are still making touches. This one's slightly fortunate. Linda Noakalor will tell you she put it there deliberately. Oh, she knew it as well. She knew it. Cheering the ball home. 12-10. Scandicci nudge a 2-point lead. After a long, long time, Volosh decides to go back to one of the best players in front of the setter, middle hitter Sarah Farr. Watch how strong and commanding she is in that position. That's a very tough play to stop. It'll do. So she's not using the middle players, Ognienovic, but she's still trying to exploit the middle part of the net with these pipes to Skinner. Kiri Keller guessing wrong. Nearly recovered, nearly recovered. Back to Antropova, back to the serving dilemma. It's a good heavy ball on Ju Ting. Ju Ting gets the return, tips it well. Oh, Skinner's hit a very good ball there. It's just wide, according to the referees. According to Scandicci, it's just in. They're going to have a look at this. So, video challenge from Marco Gaspari. Did this ball compress and catch the line? Oh, no, just wide. Thought it had a chance. But it's a pretty straightforward decision. So, challenge is lost. Point is lost. This is an opportunity for Bella Hawke and Conegliano to push hard here for a lead. Big serve, well dealt with by Skinner. And Weitzel swings heavy into that block, and the deflection nearly kicked back into the air by Gabby. Done that many times this season. Successfully so as well. It's a nice serve from Bozzetti. Oh, that's more like it. There's your 9 times out of 10 shot from Bella Hawke, and she'll make it 9 times out of 10. Antropova with a lot of court to cover there. Didn't even react. So the usual substitution that we've been seeing quite a bit of in the last few weeks. Out comes Ju Ting, in comes Nika Dalderop. And Dalderop's job is to serve, play defence, and then stay on as a passer. Good again from Castillo. And that's just magnificent from Antropova. She's ripped that right onto the paintwork. Testing Dalderop, fine pass. A massive swing from Hawke. That's scary. Well, this is the Swedish scoring machine in top gear. Still a single break for Scandicci to work. Keller allows them to go back to the 2-point lead on the serve error. So Conegliano not really looking with the Dalderop substitution, not really looking to push on. He's some big name coaches, Carlo Parisse, Leo Velasco, watching from the sidelines. Nice, very nice from Gabby. They're not looking to get ahead in this next phase. They're just looking to ensure they don't drift any further away from Scandicci, and then they want impact from Juting as she returns to the front court. That'll be 11 points. Hawk leads on 12 now. Good hands on that. Oh, Volosh was already launching herself into the middle of the court, and the deflection took it just over the top of her defence. Would have been an easy play if she was still. And Tropova now into double figures, so she joins the server, Avery Skinner, into that exclusive club. Might not be that exclusive by the end of this game. I think we'll have a few players in that zone. Just behind Hawk, they're not getting those set locations right at the moment, Hawk and Volosh, and that was poor from far. I think she felt maybe Hawk was going to play it. Does it cost them the point? No, it doesn't. Bozzetti, I think, touching the net. And Marco Gaspari can't believe it. Golden opportunity there for a bigger lead. That's good coaching, though. Forget the last point, think about the next one. No, it wasn't even into the block, it was just straight into the net, no net touch. Tough ball. Defended this time by Volosh. That's more like it from Hawk. Well, Scandicci have covered her favourite shots with the block and defence very well. Now Hawk has just changed what she's doing. Scandicci are not quite catching up yet. Nuacalor out. In comes a player that's been watching from the sideline, Emma Graziani, who started yesterday's game against Chieri. Played most of it before Nuacalor came in to replace her. Another tough ball for Antropova. Diving dig from Di Gennaro. Castillo does the same. It's coming back again. Magnificent from Scandicci. Oh, this is superb stuff once more. Juting, no approach. Blocker gets hold of it. Now the chance. Now the chance. Hoisted to Hawk. She can't put it away. And Scandicci and Tropova have the swing, and the block is massive. Oh, that's a lung buster, a leg burner of a rally. And the blocking finish by the three tallest players out there on court for the Panthers is just huge. That is some pickup from Castillo and from Bozzetti. But the finish from the three blockers, so organised, so disciplined. Here it comes after this shot.
Quindi non andiamo a fare le cose di fretta, giochiamo sul muro, ce la rigiochiamo, leviamo il palleggiatore, no tip sul libero, una palla alla volta. Adesso però ragazzi, ogni azione bisogna fare un bel respiro e pensare solo alla palla dopo. Siamo lì, un punto, Okay, vai!
So happy with his team's response. They let Conegliano back into this second set rather easily. That's when Marco Gaspari was most frustrated. He's happier with the way the team are playing right now. Both the timeouts used. One challenge has gone as well for Gaspari, so he's not got a lot of wiggle room as we head into the business end of set two. Uginovic just making sure she's on the same page as her attackers with regard to the next few sets. Graziani is the player that she's managed to get into a good zone there. Nice jump from Graziani to attract Sarah Farr's attention. Another terrific swing out of the back line. Skinner's having some game. Having some weekend, actually, Avery Skinner. Graziani serves, passes not so good from Di Gennaro. Hawk has to go off pace. Again, patience from Conegliano, and the patience rewarded. Hawk and Farr block the ball down at Bozzetti's feet. And Marco Gaspari is having a little think here about maybe bringing some substitutions in. Sarah Franklin, the most obvious replacement for Caterina Bozzetti. And is going to bring the tall American in. Not just Franklin either. So Sarah Franklin at 193 is on court. Avery Skinner also off with Bozzetti, and the replacement is going to be a passing one. Manuela Rebecchi comes in as the extra passer. Both left-siders off court now. Oh, magnificent again. And Tropova is still finding a way to score. Not the most fluid rhythm from her right now, but she's finding a way to get the job done. Right, this is where the set could be turned on its head. One service run from Antropova required. There's the first one. Ace off the arms of Gabby. 2019 Scandici. Daniele Santarelli has a timeout left. I'm amazed he hasn't called it here, but Antropova's been 50-50 all weekend with her serves. He's banking on the error. It isn't an error. It's a great serve. And it's a great piece of defense. Still in play. Oh, no. Well, Hawk goes for a ball that Di Gennaro was all over. Di Gennaro would just bump that in the air for Hawk normally. But instead, Hawk decides to get involved. The block from Weitzel and Franklin is big. That's a huge score.
We know the serve is deep in this way. Okay, if the ball is perfect, we can attack the center and open. When the ball is exclamative, come here. Okay, come here, and it's always good. 7 for overplay. Also, Bella, I like so much this, Okay, vai, via.
Very calm timeout from Daniele Santarelli, not adding any emotion into an already tense situation. Yes, that's good. Di Gennaro once again just sorts it out with Hawk. Just forget it, get on with the next point. Well, Scandici have been handed a real opportunity here, but it's been opened up by two fabulous serves from Ekaterina Antropova. Can she find a third? She can. Pass is excellent. Block is even better. Camilla Weitzel takes Scandici out to a 3-point lead. Volosh taking responsibility there for that set to Kirikela. Can't go middle again, has to go wide. Ju Ting comes in hard and puts it away. Rebecca feeling there maybe that if she left that it would have gone out, but I think it would have clipped the line still. Had to try and play this. Tropova seen off from the service line, but the damage has been done. Adigwe then comes in as a point blocker for Volosh. No setter on the floor then for Conegliano. Hawk smacks it straight into the net. Horrible serve from her. She'll be the first to tell you that. Volosh returns, the playmaker is required, so Adigwe back to the bench. She won't play any more role in this set. Skinner returns to the front court. Rebecca heads back to the bench. Franklin heads back to the bench. Great job from those two. And the two original left side players, Bozzetti and Skinner, are back on the floor. 23-20. Scandici, it's their set to lose. Good defense. Good work from Ogenovic. Ju Ting again with a non-favoured ball, but she puts it over with pressure. Too far from Hawk. Hawk's having a nightmare in backcourt at the moment. And that is amazing from Castillo. Skinner can't finish. Hawk now atones for the earlier errors and hammers it away. Another stunning rally. The finish was amazing. Castillo's defence was out of this world. As was Skinner's. What a pancake from her. Ju Ting to serve. 2 points required by Scandici to get it to 1-1. It's a great piece of defence from Juting. Gabby, hard at it, makes the point. It's another one way out of system. And the Panthers close it to a single point. Gabby's 12th of the game. Massive play for Scandici here. Ball under control, out wide to Skinner, who blasts it off the block, defended by Hawk. Gabby goes again, knew the corner was open. Knew Bozzetti was defending her deep in 6 and just finds the most magnificent swing. Oh, it's priceless from Gabby. The scores are level. Both coaches have used their timeouts. This is going to be intense. 23-all. And Tropova finally used, defended brilliantly by Di Gennaro. Gabby's done it again. Oh, wow. What can you do? Cometh the hour, cometh the world-class players. Tremendous from Di Gennaro. Great set from Volosh. What a calm finish. Unbelievable set point from 3 down. Panthers 24-23. And Tropova again. Oh, has she hit it out? She's hit it out. This will be challenged. This will be challenged. And does the challenge produce the confession? It does. Touch off the block means that Scandici saved the day and saved the first set point in the second. 24-all for the second set in a row. On we go into overtime. Weitzel to serve. Deep one on Juting. Great ball. Great swing. Superb defence. Just too far away from Antropova. Set point number 2. It's not really the right rotations for Scandici at the moment with Ognjenovic front court. Not ideal for the team in white. Kirikella, ball in play, out of system set. Skinner goes power tip. Juting defends it. Here's the patience from the Panthers. They just dump it over, go again on the block. Out of bounds from Antropova. And a dramatic second set comes to a close in favour once again of Conegliano. And it's all happening out there. What a get from Juting. And the patience from Conegliano is rewarded with the Antropova error. Slaps it out of bounds, and Conegliano win the set 2-0. The pressure these players are under on some of these individual shots is just immense. The youngster Antropova this time can't find the shot. Unbelievable final. 2 tremendous sets of volleyball. Some stunning individual skill. Now Conegliano doing exactly what their coach Santarelli wants of them, to really commit in defence, and that commitment has brought them a 2-0 lead in the game. I think you'd be foolish to believe that it all ends there. 31-29, 26-24. I think there's a few storylines still to play out in this tremendous game. Still no aces for Conegliano. I thought Hawks' serve into the net probably ended the set for them, but no. Showed some tremendous character to come back. Change of ends then. Serena Del Bene Scandici will be looking for a change of fortune here in the Inalpi Arena in front of this astonishing crowd. It's a massive crowd, and it's a massive game so far. often talk about the light and shade where sport is concerned. It can't always be brilliant, but every so often you get a match that is just top-notch. Hawk dominating the head-to-head at the moment of those two right-siders. 16 points to her, 13 to Antropova. But there may be further drama and storylines to emerge from this one, because Antropova is still more than capable of helping her team to victory, even from 2-0 down. But Conegliano have control of the game. Conegliano are 1 set away from their first silverware of the season here in Torino. On we go with a quite marvellous Coppa Italia Frecciarossa here in the sold-out Inalpi Arena in Torino. The team in orange: Prosecco, Docca, Carraro, Imocco, Conegliano, have managed to forge themselves a 2-0 lead in unlikely circumstances. Scandicci have been just superb today, and they've got nothing for their efforts at the moment. The danger here is that Conegliano start really strong in set 3 and get it done, just like they did against Novara yesterday, and that's where Maja Ognjenovic and her attackers must respond. Good set, good finish by Emma Graziani, who gets a start ahead of Linda Noicalor in set 3. Bozzetti and Skinner still out there through the wings, and Bozzetti makes a good point. Castillo's having a fantastic game. The Dominican Republic libero has been really solid on pass and has made some superb touches in defence, just like that. Bozzetti has been clever when required. Well, it's so important. If Scandicci can find another lead in this match, they've got to make this one count. And there's the problem that they will have if Bella Hawk is going to find a way of scoring consistently. Bolosh will be able to go to her as an outlet. That changes the game for Scandicci, who so far had her pretty well controlled, even though she's the top scorer. Far, deep line serve on Skinner. Out of system ball for Antropova. Can't make the play. Kirikella down. She was slow from the floor there, Kirikella, and she's limping to try and get after the ball. Let's hope she's okay. Let's see. Keep an eye on Christina Kirikella. Definitely fell awkwardly after that block, and her fellow middle blocking partner Sarah Farr is concerned for her. That is a marvellous line shot, by the way, from Antropova. But it's the concern for Kirikella at the moment. Looks in pain. Well, she's staying out there. Sarah Farr in a good-natured exchange with Daniele Santarelli. Hasn't always been the case this season. With another clever tip. And again, that's not poor defence, that's the value of Juting being so aggressive with some of her swings earlier in the match. It creates space. Now, can Bella Hawk put the icing on the cake with some serving? The answer remains no. And just like Ekaterina Antropova, she struggled to deliver that serving pressure. 6 serve errors to Conegliano, 5 to Scandicci. Antropova follows straight on after Hawk, and that's clever. That's a second ace in the game for Antropova, and it is a reward for working hard to keep the ball in court. Well, all laughs at the moment between Marina Lubian and Sarah Farr. But Conegliano under a bit of early pressure once more. 5-3 Scandicci. It's the 50-50 nature, one in, one out, that we've seen quite a bit of from Antropova this weekend. Followed by the part smile, part grimace as she tries to disguise her frustration. Serve run from Juting to put Conegliano back in the second set. Defence from Hawk. Going to get a swing on it. The play though, well, I mentioned that if Hawk finds her rhythm, it's an issue for Scandicci. Well, she isn't finding a consistent high level. Wrong ball, I think. You have to take the right ball from the system as the balls are fed around the arena. You've got to take the ball from the ball feeder. I think Bozzetti grabbed the right ball there. That's good. Good counter block. And once again, it's as old as the hills. But if you're going to joust for the ball against a setter, well, A, prepare to lose it, but B, touch it second. Volosh touched it second. Weitzel lost out. Setters are too canny. Nice set, really nice set. Lovely release on that ball, got it to a peak at pace. Allowed Antropova to really flow onto it without the block being properly set. She's coming into the game now, Antropova. Big players don't just go away, they can still win you matches, even if they're not having a great time of it on the floor. It can change. Good dig. Wonderful from Di Gennaro. Antropova goes tip, Di Gennaro's on it again. Volosh puts it up, but not high enough for Hawk. Once again, Panthers are patient. Patience could be rewarded. Gabby given the swing, hits it very hard down the line. Tremendous defence. Oh, stunning. Well, that ball was hit fiercely hard. Antropova didn't know too much about it, but the reactions from her teammates were stunning. And then Gabby goes finesse. And let's not forget the two digs from Moki in that rally. But in the end, it's finesse that wins the day. Effort from both teams. It's another tremendous set. What a block! Oh, Gabby and Sarah Farr have just monstered Antropova again. Look at the discipline on this block. That's a lot of travel for Farr, but it's all Gabby. Oh, she meant that. Announced a new 3-year contract that she signed with Conegliano. Gabby. During the course of this week, the officials at Conegliano have been very keen to point out that all the big stars are staying for next season. A lot of speculation in the press about players leaving. It's been put to bed for the moment, and a couple of wins in the big trophy matches will certainly keep people at the club. Nice dig from Juting. Di Gennaro pumps it high, Volosh carts it over, the block organises again. Tip, Antropova didn't fancy taking Gabby on. Gabby will take it on, and she's defended one-handed by Antropova. Skinner, brilliant swing. Oh, and Gabby again kicks it over. Well, they believe it's outside the antenna. The rally continues, and now the referees are going to finally have a look. Spare a thought here for Giuseppe Curto. No lines judges. So this call is not easy. Gabby thrashes it outside the antenna. Well, it's close. Will they decide on closer inspection that it's not close enough? She made a play against Valafoli the other evening, Gabby. She kicked it back into play, and it was one of the defensive touches of the season. She's had a couple of hacks at the ball so far in this match. Will not be with success here. Substitutes wait. I'm sure Rebecca's going to get used again here. I think Franklin made a really nice impact as she came on as a blocker. the second set. No role for Marta Beckis, just the backup setter. Marcy players I have in reserve. It is out. It is out. So we do have the angle to prove that is wide, and the challenge is successful. First challenge of set number 3 goes to Marco Gaspari. His head nearly blew off as he was shouting at Giuseppe Curto that ball was out. But spare a thought, the referee can't see it from where he is. Oh, ferocious. Middle has been underused in this match by both setters, but Farr might encourage Volosh to go there again. Conegliano. Tropova is not happy about hitting full pace at the moment. And the tip allows continuation, but Skinner just tickles it off the blockers for the point. Scandicci are hanging in there, but no more than that at the moment. Thought she'd go there again, and this time less powerful, more considered, and still finds the floor cleanly. Sarah Farr, 2 good scores in a row. Now, of course, Volosh can either go middle again or open it up to the wings on this next attack. Farr can't make it 3 positives in a row. So Graziani will serve. We're a bit will she, won't she here for Volosh. Will she go middle? Won't she? Kirikella's the middle player now. She can't go middle. And the use off the block is steady. Ball jumps to her maximum and sends it down the line off the blockers. Nice work from Bella Hawk. Good block from Bozzetti initially, but just cannot get to Hawk on that height. Just about gets it over the net, Hawk. Oh, what a read on the block. Total commit from Volosh and Kirikella. The monster blocks are coming now for the Panthers. Weitzel stopped. Hawk, 19 points in the game. Can she get to 20 with an ace? No, her serving is way off the mark today, and you can see the frustration in the Swede's face. Right, changes. It's the double substitution, so for the first time this weekend, Marta Beckis will come in as the new setter, backcourt. Lindsay Ora Ruddins, very talented and adaptable player, is having to play a right side role for Scandicci. She comes on in the front court. Beckis gets a good touch on the ball off a screaming hit from Kirikella. Hawk keeps it off the floor, and just sensible from Bozzetti. Has a good look at the situation and makes the right decision. Wonderful dig from Beckis, good chase down from Castillo. Not bad first swing either from Ruddins. It's not easy from the bench. Well, I think this is a great call from Marco Gaspari. Let's see how the double substitution plays out. Juting off the hands of Ruddin, slows it down well, and then Kirikella just makes sure that goes steep enough for the point. Juting doing the right thing, making sure she gets the ball from the ball feeder at the side, who wasn't paying attention. 13-12, lovely angle from behind the server. What a hit. Oh, goodness me. That is such a classy swing from the American, Rudins. Smooth as you like, set from Beckis was tasty as well. Teams due out that familiar Dalderop substitution. Dalderop in on the back line. Kiri Keller with the slider. She's missed the blocker, she's missed the court. Scandici have a lead, and the double substitution is bringing some reward. Rossetti knows that was an important serve. Kicks the court in frustration. As we go into yet another very closely contested set. Keller hits Bozzetti. Beckis goes wide to Skinner. Nice finish. Very nice finish from the American. Well, I tell you what, Marta Beckis is making a pretty good case to get on the floor a bit more. I think the double sub will be reversed. And the players get back to those rotations. That was a ferocious hit again. How does she generate the arm speed off such a low, round arm swing? Just watch the arm of Gabby. It travels such a long way, but she's hit that really hard. Volosh with the serve. Beckis still out on the floor with Rudins. Rudins asked to swing, and I tell you what, Marco Gaspari might decide not to change the substitution here, because Beckis and Rudins have not put a foot wrong. Well, this is a big call. This is a big call. Rudins stays on the serve. Beckis stays on in front court. And Gabby absolutely marmalises it to the line. Her range of shots is incredible. This is another peach of a swing. She's been great again today, Gabby. She's the lead scorer on 20 as she floats that one out of play. Commentator's curse kicks in again. It's a thing, you know. So how long does Gaspari stick with this substitution? Great dig. Oh, it's unlucky. Brave stuff from Skinner, but that's another huge hit from Juting right over the top of the blockers. Juting into double figures now to join Skinner and Tropova-Hawk and Gabby. Far, after a shocker of a last serve, is back to the line. Puts that in with pressure. Pass is good from Skinner. Beckis makes the set, and I think Bozzetti has found the sideline. She has. Well, if Scandici can get Beckis across the front line and back to the service and scores a close, that's perfection for Gaspari. He'll be delighted, because he can still flip it if he wants. This is where you need to believe. Well, she's delivered nothing from the service line just yet. She's the top scorer in the game with Gabby, is Bella Hawk. Can she find it now? Better. Tough ball. Rudins, roofed. And now Gaspari will, well, call a timeout first of all, but he will be thinking about reversing the substitution. Fine block from Kiri Keller on her former international setting colleague.
Same rule of K. If there is exclamative pass, for sure they are really straight and close. So or you play on the left hand of position 4, high, or check with tip in 2. Raga, però loro sono in P4. Questa buona come soluzione. Va bene? Vai!
Gabby, slow start to the match, that's why that attacking percentage isn't quite where it could be on 20 points, but my goodness, she's adjusted everything really well. And for all of Scandici's brilliant planning and fabulous positioning, Juting and Gabby have found a way past the blockers and defenders. Right, Hawk back to the job of serving, takes pace off it to make sure. Left-handed hit from Bozzetti is defended. Juting goes tip and again makes the play. And is that the break that takes Conegliano to the Coppa Italia Frecciarossa title? 2-point lead now, might be enough to take it to the bank. Hawk has controlled the serves well, and it's brought reward. Here's another chance to score. Slider from Kirikella, not the best set. And they are punished. And by the same token, is that the miss that allows Scandici back into the match? Only time will tell. And we're heading for another drama-packed finish. After two glorious sets. Well, it's worked pretty nicely for Gaspari. Beckis is still on the floor. She returns to the back line. Ruddins into front court. They're shifting the block around so that Ruddins can track out to Kirikella. That is a brave set from Asha Volosh. And it's a stunning finish from Kirikella. She's hit this as deep as she can, and it's perfection. What a play, what a celebration. Brilliant camera work. And a brilliant spike. Oh, ho, ho! Well, you know it's a good set when a middle player can do that with the ball. Another furrowed brow from Santorelli as Weitzel absolutely plants one off the Beckis set. Big point this for both teams. Gabby on it, tips, defended by Beckis. Chance here for Skinner. Can't make the shot. Scandici and Skinner go again. It's defended again. Still in play. Patience from the Panthers. Not rewarded. Well, Antropova and Ognjenovic on the bench. But it's Ruddins and Beckis that are doing the job. Massive play from Scandici. Huge from Ruddins. Scandici are back in business here.
The spiker knows that there is the cover, okay? And then we try to counter-attack the center and we open the net. That's it. Vai, via!
Volosh has to keep her nerve. A bit of extra info from the assistants. And the queen of playmaking returns to the floor, plan in head. But a plan is only as good as the serve reception. Ruddins not involved at all this weekend until now. She's been brilliant since coming on. To the back line, not the best set location. Once again, it's defended, chance to take the lead. Ruddins with a very smooth hit. That's a peach of a shot. Celebrated by her compatriot Franklin and the player that she's replaced, Antropova. And the double substitution is still working. 22-21, Scandici, trouble, out of system swing for Gabby, hits it hard, defended, chance to take it out to a 2-point lead. Too easy for Di Gennaro. Oh, super stuff from Juting off the block, and Volosh, one-handed, swats it down. And for the second time in this set, she's beaten Weitzel on a joust. In fact, it was Skinner she beat, and beat Weitzel to the floor. Magic from Volosh. Every time you think Scandicci have got it, Conegliano recover. Not good from Kirikella, not good. But it's still a side-out game, so it's not necessarily a problem. So legitimate sub, it's not just the libero sneaking back on the floor for the middle. Sconomilio comes in, then Di Gennaro replaces a different player. And we've got two good passes on the floor for the Weitzel serve. Gabby passes well, takes the return ball, roundhouses it, past the blockers and down. 23 all. Volosh to serve next, Hawk to the net, and that means Farr, Gabby and Hawk are in front court for Conegliano. It's a good front line for the Panthers. 21 points in the game for Gabby. Ball into court, blockers now, get a piece of it. Oh, it's huge from Hawk, but it's just wide. Just wide of the white line. And Scandicci, not for the first time in the match, have found their way to a set point. In the whole game, it's their 5th set point. They haven't converted one yet. Rudin serves, Gabby off the top of the block and out. Good coverage by Sconomilio to make absolutely sure. Beckis just couldn't get high enough to stop the attack of Gabby. Set point number 1 goes begging. Conegliano yet to have a match point. Backline swing, excellently defended. Farr puts it into play. Beckis has to set. Bozzetti takes over. Defended down the line by Volosh. Big chance here for Hawk. Hawk can't make it. Great defence from Rudin. Skinner takes the block on with the tip and wins it. Set point number 2 arrives for Scandicci. Well, I told you there was a few storylines still to play out in this magnificent final. And we are not done yet. Rebecchi, the ace hero from yesterday against Chieri, steps in. And she is such a confident young player. You wouldn't bet against her, making Conegliano work here. Second set point then for Scandicci. Ball passed by Juting, gets the return, swings it and hard off the block for the point. 2 set points saved. Still no match point for Conegliano. But now they have a block that can do some damage. Kirikella back into the front court. That's a tall front line. Far to serve, not the toughest serve. Puts it in court. Rebecchi passes, not the best pass. Now the system swing is defended. Oh, that's great mobility. Unbelievable from Juting. Where did that come from? Match point does arrive finally for the Panthers because of this incredible swing.
Hanno fatto solo quello fino adesso. Poi se tira uno scoppio nei 3 metri con una palla che arriva da oltreoceano, non pensiamo più a questa, pensiamo alla prossima. Ok? Ave, you go back inside, so call pipe 2. Va bene? Teniamo la ricezione. Se la ricezione è staccata, voglio tutto in copertura in modo che gli esterni possono essere sicuri di giocare. Dai questa, vai!
Third set in a row, we are into overtime. 2 clear points required. Well played to Marta Beckis and Lindsay Ora Ruddins coming on from the bench and making this all happen for Scandicci. Well, there are still chances for Gaspari to change it if this set goes deeper, and that double substitution reversed may still do the trick. Juting at the moment has given the first opportunity for Conegliano to win the Coppa Italia Frecciarossa. Match point number 1 then, Farr to serve. Still a brilliant block in front court for Conegliano, waiting for Scandicci's attack. Pass is good. ball out wide is good. Block is even better. Kirikella puts it on the floor. And Conegliano at last have a trophy in the cabinet as they win the Coppa Italia Frecciarossa by 3-0 over the brilliant Scandicci. Well, it may be a straight sets victory, but it is a game to go down in the history books in front of this massive crowd in the Inalpi. That is a stunning, stunning game of volleyball, and Conegliano held their nerve all the way. What a block from Kirikella on her former international teammate Caterina Bozzetti, who's had a great game, but just couldn't put it away there. Match point number 1 taken in clinical fashion.